Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
What's up, y'all? So it is, let me get right for a second. Braids on my cousin, y'all. Braids on my cousin. I need to get some mousse for them. I haven't put no mousse on them since I got them, child. So please, if it's looking a little, it's because I really haven't been caring. Okay. Let me put a little bit of lip gloss on that, y'all. But I'm over on Biscayne Boulevard. I just left Dee Dee's. I got a little bit, y'all know I love notebooks. Y'all know I love like journaling and writing and stuff. So I got myself a new notebook because I just really want to like write down, like, you know, write the vision to make it plain, basically. I really want to like start back like vision boarding and just writing down my thoughts and writing down like, you know, my prayers and stuff like that. I've been doing that, like I never really stopped, but I just feel like I'm in like a new level of life and a new like era of my life where I just like, I want to think happy and positive thoughts, and I really want to like believe that these things are possible for me. Like I want to like really let go of like, you know, just like the baby food and the childish ways, and like just like move on really into like the next, you know, just level of my life, like I said. And I just feel like y'all know and I just feel like let me just hold it. And I just feel like you know, in order to do that, like I really have to let go of like the worrying and the negative thinking, and I can't allow myself to like get so like down and like just discouraged. Like I have to like nourish the feeling of happiness, and I have to like nourish like, you know, just understanding that like I don't have to feel shame, I don't have to feel guilt, I don't have to feel those things. Like I can really just like have a positive mindset and not be so hard on myself. And that's super hard because I feel like I've just been hard on myself my whole life. So I'm just really stepping into like, you know, I'm God's child, I'm God's daughter, and like he doesn't like see a flaw in me, so I shouldn't, you know, see so many flaws in myself. You know, I should, you know, give myself that grace. And that's actually what it says on the new notebook that I just got, Grace Upon Grace, because I've been seeing that lately, and I just feel like that's like God telling me like I just have to like walk through this next level with grace, and, you know, just give myself grace in this season. And yeah, so I'm just trying, I'm doing my best to just like not be so hard on Regine, and just like give myself that grace that I know that, you know, we all, I don't want to say deserve, but I guess, you know, God gives it to us freely, so we should take, you know, take the gift freely. So that's what I'm trying to do, y'all. That's what I'm doing, y'all. Like I said, well, I don't know if I posted a video. I've been posting on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Regine the Royal, and on TikTok at Regine the Royal, and on Twitter at Regine the Royal. It's under 30 days until my birthday. We out here, y'all. We by the water. Let me see where I'm trying to park up at. I'm gonna just park up. I got me a little and I'm gonna chill, listen to some music, write in my journal, and just vibe, y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. It's Saturday. Right now for work, my schedule is Monday through Friday. After my birthday, it's gonna start to be where I am gonna start working on Saturdays. I I chose that schedule. Off on Sundays when I'm working on Saturdays. And so I just want to give myself, like, while I have these full weekends, I want to give myself like the time of, like, you know, like, just I get to calm down and just like really focus on certain little things that I want to focus on. Like I said, just like getting my thoughts. I be having a lot going on up here, so it's just really, I be needing the time to really like get my thoughts down on paper, because it just allows for, you know, more things to come in, better things to come in. So yeah, y'all, I just went to DD's and I got a couple things, but this is the new notebook I got, Grace Upon Grace. This is what it looks like. Let me take off the little tag on the back. But yeah, I usually just, like, sometimes I get pretty notebooks, sometimes I just get, you know, little notebooks from, you know, Dollar Tree or something. But I don't know, today I was like, this one is kind of thick and it was only $3, so I was like, let me just get it. And it's really cute, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just like I said, y'all, I just feel like God is, you know, renewing my life. And last year there was a lot of like pushback for me, like even this year, but last year I was in such a mindset where I was so, like I said, just hard on myself, and I was really feeling like it's too late to like accomplish like things that I want to accomplish. Like, just in all transparency, I was very just like, you know, I just was just down on myself, and I just didn't want to be here, and I was just very like, ugh, you know. And you know, looking back, it's like, oh my gosh, like I wish I could just hug that girl, because, you know, it's, you know, I was just being so hard on myself, you know. And now I really am like unpacking so many things, and God is like giving me back everything, you know, in like his way, and I just appreciate that. But yeah, just last year I was very, very hard on myself, and I just was feeling like there's no point to even try again. Like, you should never feel like that. And it's like, I'm young, so it's like the fact that I was feeling like that so young is honestly really like sad. But that's just where I was mentally, to be honest with you. I was not wanting to start over with life. I was not wanting to try again, you know, pick myself up, dust myself off and try again. I was not trying to do none of that. I was like, girl, I messed up, and that's it. I need to just, you know. But life, you know, is not over when you mess up. And I know people say that, but like, until you go through something crazy, it's like, oh my gosh, like, what do you mean? Yes, it is over. But it's not over, like, after you mess up, and like, you really can just like dust yourself off and try again. So, you know, I want to have the courage to do that, you know. I want to have the courage to, hold on, y'all, let me scoot this car up just a little bit, or maybe I should back it up. No, I'll scoot it up. But, you know, I want to have the courage to do that. I want to have the courage to start again, and to, you know, allow God to take hold of my life and remake it and do what only he can do. So, you know, I'm just trying to be a good vessel for him and be a willing vessel. So, you know, I'm just allowing God to like rebrand my life, like all that stuff. I'm just allowing him to do it. But there are a lot of things that are like on my heart, and all my life I felt very unworthy of the things that I wanted. Like, I always had these big, huge desires, and I've always felt like, but I'm not worthy of that. Like, I want it wholeheartedly, but I'm not worthy. It's never gonna come. Like, I'm not worthy of that. So there's no, me to think that. And like, that is literally like, I don't know where the devil like planted that seed in my life, but like, I've just always felt like that. Like, okay, yes, I want this, and other people have it, but I don't think I'll ever get it. And I don't want to do that to myself in this season or for the rest of my life. You know, I want to really like believe that I'm worthy of the desires that God himself put into my heart. Like, I wouldn't have these desires. Like, some things are fleshly desires, most definitely, but the things that have always rang true in my heart, that they're not there for no reason. Like, God obviously put them there. So if God put them there, wouldn't he have already formulated a plan and thought of a plan to carry them out in my life? Like, I shouldn't be so like, you know, feeling like I just have to make something work. It's like, sometimes you just have to take your hands off of it and allow God to do it. And that's what I'm learning, you know, even in just certain situations of life. You know, it humbles you because it allows you to see, like, you know, this could happen and you don't have control. Like, you just don't. So you have to allow God to, you know, just be in control and do what only he can do. Like, God is in control always. Like, sometimes we as humans, we have to, you know, step back into the role of children and just allow God to be our heavenly Father. Allow God to be, you know, just a parent to us. And that's what I feel like I've done, you know, just entirely, you know, this entire year is like just allowing God to be, you know, my parent, and, you know, showing his love to me and showing how, you know, he's teaching me how to grow and how to learn and how to protect myself. And, you know, he's doing things that maybe my earthly parents weren't able to do. And, you know, he has taken the time to slow down with me and do that for me. And I love that. Yeah, I love that. I love that he has allowed me to kind of like go through everything that I've gone through in this past year. And just be at this space now, you know, because I know that I have a lot of growth to do, but I am so much further down the line than I once was, like at the beginning of this year. So I'm just really, really thankful for that. And I just want to continue to like send my praises up and like just keep catching these blessings that he's sending me. And I just want to be the best me. I just want to grow and be like, just be the best person that I can be. And just remind myself and remind everyone of who I am. Like, because sometimes we forget, sometimes we go through things and we like forget who we are, you know, just truly. And you know, I know that God has created me new, but I also know that, you know, he's also reviving a lot of parts of me that I thought maybe that I had to leave behind. And God is just wanting to actually revive that. He doesn't want to replace it. He wants to like regenerate it. And I have this book that I told y'all that I'm reading. Let's see. And it's called The Joy of Well-Being. You'll see, The Joy of Well-Being. And it's by Colleen and Jason Wachab, co-founders of Mind Body Green. This was actually released, I got it from Dollar Tree, but this was actually released in 2023. So it's kind of updated. So I really, really like it. I'm only on page 11. Only on page 11. But basically it's about the joy of well-being and practical everyday tips, like intentions and practices that can, help lead us into, healthy well-being. And I'm all about being happy and healthy. That's what I feel like everyone's overall goal in life should be, is happy and healthy, because I don't feel like you can have one without the other. I feel like that's what we all should aim for. And it said somewhere in here, and this was also like a word that I feel like I heard from God as well, or saw from God, like a theme he's been giving me, which is right here. Like I said, intentions and practices that help guide us into well-being. And it says intentions help you see the big picture, practices ground you in the moment. So as far as intentions go, and I remember speaking at the beginning of this year in my previous YouTube video, I want to say it was like around March or April or May or whatever, but I was just speaking about being intentional, and how like my cousin kind of inspired me on that, about being prayerful and being intentional. And I just feel like in order to make it anywhere in life, you have to have strategy, you have to have tactics, and that all starts with intention. And for them, they say there's like 8 topics, like 8 areas or whatever, that are fundamental areas of well-being. It says breath, sleep, nutrition, movement, stress, regeneration, social connection, and purpose. And the following intentions that they speak in this book, they say, I will use my breath wisely. I will aim for deeper, more restful sleep. I will eat real food. I will move my body. I will teach my body resilience to stress. I will be a regenerative force in the world. That is such a powerful line to me, you guys. And I will cultivate meaningful connection, and I will seek my purpose. And I saw like a message on a bus where it said, don't replace it, regenerate it. And I just feel like sometimes we feel like, and we've heard it, where it's like your old self has to die off, and your old ways have to die off. But sometimes it truly is. I see these little bugs. I don't know why. Maybe I gotta back up, y'all. These like little gnats. I hate that. My bad, y'all. Florida stuff. Florida weather, y'all. Florida weather. Let's see. Alright, maybe that's better. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. But like sometimes we just feel like we have to just kill off everything that we once knew. Like just scrap it all, right? Like no. And sometimes it's like, no, that's a part of you that the devil wanted to kill off. You know what I'm saying? It's not a part that you might have thought that it was unnecessary, or it wasn't needed, and then the devil planted that seed in your head to tell you, yeah, it's not needed, you don't need that, you're good, you're fine. When it's like, no, that's actually something God placed inside of you, where to the world it might be off-putting, or something that somebody might see as a weakness, but God put it inside of you, and in the spiritual realm it's a strength. And you can't let the devil trick you out of like who God has called you to be. And this world may think it's off-putting or weird or different or whatever, but God knows exactly what he's doing for his kingdom. So when he places something inside of you that I don't know, to some people it may be whatever, you really have to let that pride go, and you really have to allow God to showcase you as he wants to showcase you. And for me, just for example, I know that a big thing for me, I'm very mature and all that, but I also feel like I have such a childlike spirit, And I just have this like joy inside of me that, like, you know, I don't know, like it's, you know, I don't know. And obviously I look very young for my age, and I don't feel like that's ever going to change. I feel like I'm always going to look young for my age. And, you know, I feel that sometimes I've wanted to like feel older or act older or look older even, and I feel like God truly has a purpose on my life for why I look so young, and why I have this like childlike faith, and why I have this like such bubbly, energetic, youthful spirit. I feel like there's a reason for it, you know. Sometimes we try to shy away from that, or we try to put that out, but it's a light that God really wants to ignite in us. And, you know, it's gonna really, like, certain things that God puts in us, certain gifts, it's like it's there to empower the kingdom. So we can't hide it. We can't, like, you know, dim it. We have to put it on showcase for the Lord. So I'm just, you know, through all in all, you know, I'm always looking for God. And, you know, if I have something in my mind and I go somewhere expecting to find God, he always shows up, you know. So all my life I always just try to look for God. And I know that if I just keep seeking him, he will do what he, you know, what only he can do in my life. And that's really all I'm searching for in this lifetime. Like, you know, like I said, I'm mature, so it's like I've been through some things and seen some things where it's just like, you know, that stuff doesn't really matter. My whole like purpose and, you know, just objective of life truly is like, I just want to find God in everything. Like, I'm just searching for God everywhere I go. Because, you know, it's like, all right, well, why am I here, Lord? Why did you even, like, what are you doing with this? You know, like, not to question God, but it's like, why is Regine here? You know, because we're all, you know, made with a purpose. So it's like, why am I here, Lord? So, you know, I'm just always, you know, I'm only human, but I always try my best to just, you know, be who God needs me to be in that moment. So I just know that comes with like spiritual strength, and he's given me that, and spiritual maturity. And like I said, y'all, it's 333 as we speak, but it's less than 30 days until my birthday, and I'm turning 27, y'all. I know, baby face, I don't even look it, but I'm turning 27. And I looked it up, and 27 is the number of spiritual maturity. And I just feel like that's truly what, like, this whole last year, ever since I turned 26, I feel like it's been a whole just journey of spiritual maturity. Like, literally starting when I turned 26. Like, there was just such a journey of like spiritual maturity. And I just feel like I'm at a point now where I am like really grasping the concept of like what it means to be spiritually mature. And I thank God for just taking me through the process that he's taking me through to get me to this point, because I'm feeling really good, you know, to be turning 27. I'm feeling really good. Like I said, I shared with Instagram, like, you know, the things that I was focusing on these, you know, last 30 days leading up until 27. I'm really focused on my health. I'm focused on, you know, eating the right meals a day, drinking my protein shakes, drinking my water, taking my vitamins, moving my body, like all the intentions that this book just said, like using my breath wisely, like, you know, sleeping better, more restful and peaceful sleep, just better connection, better social connection with people, all those things, like just really pouring back into myself. I'm still doing what I have to do for everybody else as well, but I'm really, really putting that focus back on Regine, because I can pour and pour and pour and forget myself, and I don't want to do that in this, last month leading up to my birthday. I really want to, see a difference in the way that I feel. I want to see a difference in my body. I just, transparency, y'all, when I stress, I lose weight. And last year I had went through a little run where I gained like a good amount of healthy weight. Like I was really like plump in the face and really in my, like everything was just tight and right. Everything was. And I just went through another like just time where it was like I was just going through it mentally or whatever, because I think I was just looking for purpose again. I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, what are we on? What are we doing here? Whatever. And I could have gotten it together back then, but my mind just was not there for that. And I know that God has his perfect timing of how he does it. And I also know that he has the most amazing plan for my life. So I also just want to rebuke the worrying. Like, I know that that's a big thing with me. I feel like I've always been so worrisome my whole life, because I've dealt with a lot of having to walk on eggshells around people and being very emotionally intelligent since I was a child. But I'm an adult now, and I don't have to feel so, I can break out of that mindset, break out of that, that cage, and just live how God has always wanted me to live, and think how God has always wanted me to think. He never wanted me to be bound by these things, but like I said, the devil plants seeds and all these things. So I just, now I want to do it with God. You know what I mean? I feel like back then it was like, all right, I was just doing it, and I was doing it with God then, but I still had a lot of growing to do. I still had a lot of maturing to do, a lot of like, just mental work to do. I had a lot of that, and I really, really had to, get it together. But God knew that, and God did it in his own way. So we're here now, and like I said, I think now I'm in the spirit where I know, when I gain these things, I can maintain them. So I want to like gain healthy weight and maintain it. And I want to like gain these healthy habits and maintain them. I don't just want to like, just to do it and then get there and then like let it, and that's what I kind of did. And it's like, no, you have to keep it up. Like, you have to continue to like pour into yourself, and but like I said, I feel like everything, my bad, y'all, but I feel like everything, in God's timing and in God's way. And that's just kind of where we're at right now. So my goal, this is probably pushing it, well, no, not pushing it, but before the end of the year, I'm really trying to gain at least like 15 pounds. Let's see if I could do that, y'all. I don't know. I'm gonna try and do my best and gain at least 5 by my birthday. I don't know if that's pushing it, but I'm at least trying to crack. I'm not even 100 pounds, y'all. I'm at least trying to crack 100 pounds by my birthday, because that's just unacceptable. Like, I need to get to the point where it's like I don't keep falling below 100 pounds. Like, but that's just what happens when stress gets to me, when like circumstances get to me, and I just can't let that happen over. And I'm literally just a girl, like, it is a lot, but I'm a strong, tough girl, and like I don't have to let it, fuck with me. Like, I know how to, I know how to like, maneuver, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if I call myself spiritually mature, you got to know how to play chess out here. So, I know how to maneuver and how to, alleviate the stress as much as I can. And that's what I try to do. But I want my arms to be, a little bit more fatty. One thing about me, I know I'm getting thick when like my armpit, you see how it like goes in a little bit? When it starts to poke out, when it starts to get a little fluffy up here, that's when I know I'm gaining weight. That's when I know, when I can't really see my collarbone as much. You see how you see the bones a little bit. It's slowly going away, but you still see it a little bit. I ate breakfast, I ate lunch. So I'm on track good. I didn't finish my protein shake today, so my bad. I'm drinking water. I took my vitamins last night. But yeah, y'all, and I'm trying to like do everything, like wash my face consistently. I wash my face, y'all, but you know how it's like some days, you know what I'm saying, you miss, maybe that night you miss washing or whatever. I'm trying to wash my face consistently so, you know, it can just look as best as it can by my birthday. You know, trying not to get any major nothing on my face. But yeah, and like I said, y'all, just to talk about my birthday, I don't have nothing planned, nothing like that. I'm just really doing this because I just want to be better, just overall. Like, I just want the best for my life. I want to go in the right direction when it comes to my personal life, my health, my career, you know, my spiritual life, my mindset, my business life. Like, I just want everything to kind of just elevate and increase and be better, you know, walking into next year. So it's like this, I love this little run at the end of the year. I don't know, it's like my favorite time because it's like it's like I have my mom's birthday. I have a lot of people birthdays around me are during this time. It's like my mom's birthday, my niece's birthday sets off September. And then it's like, okay, we have this like in between time where I'm gearing up for my birthday, and then my birthday comes, and my brother's birthday, and then my nephew's birthday. And then it's like, all right, there's a little bit of chill time. And then there's Atlas's birthday. And then Micah's birthday is in there too. And then there's Thanksgiving, and then there's that little chill time. Well, Halloween, and then Thanksgiving. Then there's like little chill time before like gearing up for Christmas, and that whole just Christmas, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas time is just my favorite. Like, so I love this last little stretch of the year, but I also, you know, still am trying to be in order and do what I'm supposed to do. So it's like, you know, I'm doing schoolwork, I'm back at work, all that. So like I said, I'm just doing all that I can do so that I'm putting myself in the best position for God to do what he can do. So I'm just really, really thankful to be where I'm at in life right now, and I'm so excited for where God is about to take me. So I thank you all for chilling with me, just vibing with me or whatever. I did not, you know, light it up with y'all. I don't know if y'all want me to or whatever, but I rock with y'all. I know such, oh my gosh, this is all over the place, and I wouldn't even say all over the place, well-rounded, child, well-rounded. But I want just God to, you know, do his big one in my life. So that's just what I'm here for. So I hope you guys stay tuned for the ride, and yeah, continue to, you know, watch me on all platforms. Like I said, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. Raging the Royal. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. As always, call me Ray, and I will talk to y'all soon.